What's up, YouTube? Winged Wolf Knight coming at you today. And I am out here today in my woods, guys, because I am doing some earthing. Which, if you don't know what earthing is, guys, is essentially what I'm doing out here right now in the woods that you're looking at. Is I am currently barefoot out here, right? And what I'm doing, being barefoot out here, is what is known as earthing, like I said. And what that is actually is currently me being barefoot, directly making contact with the surface of the earth surface, is forming a bond, so to speak, that is actually helps to increase your mood, and it helps to balance out your auras and all that stuff, because most people are unaware, guys, that your aura color does in fact change depending on several factors. And one of the biggest factors that changes the color of somebody's aura is their emotions. And with that being said, your aura is going to be all over the place, guys, if you don't have a good hold on your emotions, or if you're stressed out, it'll change, things like that can activate an aura change in color. But like I said, what earthing is essentially is I am making a direct connection with my skin and the surface of the earth, which causes the electrons from the surface of the earth to interact with the protons of my body, and it causes basically a type of energy circuit, or it helps the flow of energy, and is known to, like I said, help you to rebalance everything out. It helps to relieve stress. It helps to calm you down and to relax you and put you back into a relaxation state of mind. So, like I said, currently, guys, I am out here barefoot, just so you guys know that I am not kidding. But I think that one might go upside down, unfortunately, because it looks like it switched on my screen there. But yes, like I said, I am currently out here barefoot, making a direct connection, like I said, with the surface of the earth, which is in turn balancing my energy, it's balancing my chakras, and it's balancing my mental state. And this is something that most people nowadays especially don't seem to think work for some off-the-wall reason, or they're too preppy, I guess would be the word, to actually come out and have a genuine connection with Mother Earth. And I'm just going up through some of my trails in the woods around where I live right now. But like I said, the main purpose for me being out here today, guys, is... Sorry, I think I was blocking off my camera there for a minute. Well, not really a minute, but a few seconds there, because I know my hand was in front of it. But, yeah. Like I said, earthing's essentially what I've already explained. It's just a way to really form, I guess, an energy circuit within your own body by using the electrons from the surface, and they, like I said, interact with your protons in your body, causing a balance effect. Currently there are actually several fish down in the creek too, guys, that I'm looking at. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but I'm going to try to get them. Yep, you can definitely see them down there, guys. Looks like some chubs. Yeah, I'm guessing chubs, maybe some minnows down there. But yeah, there's quite a few of them down there, actually. Look at that little school of them. But anyway, this is part of my woods where I'm walking through currently. I just came down by the creek real quick, because to be fair, guys, I could probably honestly just walk over that to get back to the other side instead of going up and back around. But yeah, so many people seem to forget that your life is all about balance. We are more often or not, unfortunately, not in a state of balance, and it will come out in the temperaments of us. It will come out in the forms of stress. Anxiety is a popular thing that comes out of not being balanced out mentally, physically, and emotionally. This is stuff that I've learned on my spiritual journey, and I am sharing this information with you guys to potentially help somebody else be able to balance back out, to hopefully in return start to create a more positive outlook, a more positive vibe for themselves, and to make them feel better about things. Because this, by far, guys, is probably one of the most important things that I do, is come out here to ground myself, because I struggle quite a bit sometimes with my emotions and my mental state, and a lot of times it's not easy to deal with, so I'll do a lot of meditation, a lot of earthing, and just in general finding places where I can get a positive interaction. And a lot of times, guys, that's why I don't usually spend a whole lot of time with like excessively large groups of people anymore, because there's too many mixed emotions, too many mixed vibrations. And when I'm around things like that, being an empath, guys, it's not easy, because I am feeling and absorbing all of the energy, all of the vibrations that are around me from everybody that's around me. Public places are not fun for an empath, guys. Just putting that out there, and any empath out there that's gonna watch this video is already gonna know what I'm talking about when they say a public place for an empath is not easy to deal with. Because we feel things a lot deeper, a lot stronger than a lot of people do. And sometimes for us, it's very, very hard for us to distinguish the difference between our own emotions and vibrations and whether or not we're picking up the emotions and vibrations of others. And that in itself can cause us as empaths to become very, very exhausted, and most of the time we need time to ourselves to be able to recharge, to be able to sit down and recollect ourselves, rebalance ourselves, get our mental state right, get our emotional state right, and just be able to release all the energy that we have absorbed throughout the day or week, whatever amount of time you went before you did it. But yeah, like I said, just talking a little bit about earthing and stuff, and just kind of enjoying my woods at the moment. And yeah, so just kind of wanted to let people know what earthing is somewhat, because it seems like quite a few people I talk to, they don't quite understand that term. And to me, guys, that's kind of baffling, because this is something that I've understood since I was basically big enough to walk. I realized at a very, very young age that having the genuine connection to the earth helps me to be a better person, essentially, because it helps me to balance out my emotional spectrum, helps me to create the positivity that I need for myself, if that makes sense. And with that being said, me having the positive energy allows me to bring that positivity to others. And that's a very important thing to me, at least, because as much as I can't stand people a lot of times, I also very deeply love and enjoy people. It's very complex. Like I said, it's very, very weird for empaths, because it's like we can't stand people, but we love people so deeply that that's what causes us not to stand them, if that makes sense. And that's a little bit of a funny metaphor to go with, but it's a sensible one. And like I said, any empaths out there will completely understand what I mean by that terminology. And so yeah, just out here making sure to keep myself balanced out. And I hope that this will help others to figure some things out on their journeys as well. And for now, I'm just going to sit for a few seconds or so and just breathe in that lovely air of being in a natural surrounding. But yeah, just very pretty out here right now, guys. Unfortunately, all this greenery before too long, with the time of year it is going to be going yellows and reds and blues and all kinds of other colors before it's just dull and dreary until next spring, because, well, most things don't flower or bloom in winter. But yep, just wanted to get on here and essentially just explain a little bit of what earthing is and give you a little bit of information on what a few things that it helps me with personally, and it might help others with the same thing. But yeah, so just really, life, guys, it's all about balancing out everything. It's got to be able to be happy within yourself and balance within yourself to really be able to impact and influence the things that go on around you. Because a lot of times, guys, like, we don't even realize that what we go through in life is sadly what we've manifested. It's our own mental state that causes us to have the life we live. And if you're having a bad life or you're miserable right now, it could be because you're not in a good place mentally, or you're not balanced with your chakras, you're not centered. And like I said, earthing will help to essentially reconnect an energy circuit to boost your own mental state, your aura, your emotion spectrum, everything like that, like I said. But for now, just gonna watch these fish for a few seconds or so, and I'll be back. Getting down here a little bit closer, guys, see if I can get a little bit better of an angle on these fish, because the sun's not quite out at the moment. Well, I know the deer have been through here. Based off of these deer tracks, in case you're wondering, guys, those are deer tracks. I know, probably a dumb thing to commentate on, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't know that. Well, I was trying to get the fish for a little bit longer, guys, but I don't think that's going too well. I can see them, but I can't see them on the camera. So, that being said, like I said, I hope that everybody that watches this has an amazing day. And I think I'm gonna cut this video shortly and make my way back to my place. Like I said, I came out here just to kind of increase my positivity a little bit. It's not that I came out here because I needed to, but because I like keeping the balance so I can stay positive. Because, unfortunately, as everybody's O2 aware, everybody gets those intrusive thoughts, you know, of depression and anxiety and anger and all that. And if I can balance myself out and not react upon those emotions without reason, I'm going to do that. Because I don't like being angry. I don't like being a bad person. I really don't. But unfortunately, sometimes you have to be that way. And I've learned that the hard way. But that does not make you any less of a good person if the time comes where you have to use a little bit of negative reinforcement, I'll call it. Because it happens, guys. We all are susceptible to it. We've all, I'm sure, taken our anger and how we feel out on others before. It's nothing new. But being aware of your mental state and increasing the positivity of your mental state can help you to not fall into things like that, if that makes sense. Hello, little fella. Not sure what kind of insect that was on my foot, but it hopped off, so I'm good. But anyway, peace. I'm out.